Welcome back to College Football 26, episode number 40. Players leaving after a near perfect season. We got a first round bye in the playoff. We won the American Championship, going undefeated up to that point, 13-0, and then lost to Alabama in a very close game. So close to getting to the semifinal, but still it eludes us. We've been there once, right? But anyway, we got two linemen, sophomores, heading early to the NFL. And then there is a few decent transfers out. A couple redshirt freshmen. Whiteheart, 5-star high school recruit, middle linebacker, unfortunately is worried about pro potential, even though obviously we are drafting a ton of guys, but apparently not enough linebackers. We had a B+ rating. He needed an A- to stick around. We were able to hang on to one guy, but as for graduates, another lineman, strong safety. He's only 83. Got a 92 overall lineman, a 99 overall lineman. So that's 4 90+ linemen that we're gonna have to replace. That could be challenging. 96 overall wide receiver, 94 overall corner. There's an 88 overall middle linebacker. He's not going to get drafted. Not even in the 7th. 92 overall center, so a 5th lineman. And a right edge who's a 94 overall. A lot of high mid-80s and a 92 overall right tackle, making a 6th lineman. That's all 6 that we had that were 90+. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a replacement for the offensive line, but we are not losing either of our key or quarterback, halfback, key skill position guys. We're retaining a lot of players otherwise, but those 5 or 6 are going to be pretty hard to replace. But we've got a lot of bonuses going on for that, and hopefully we get somewhere. I have no idea how we didn't get the half-star back, though. How we remain at 3.5. For the first time, we have 3 first-rounders drafted. 10 players overall, which sets a record in both of those areas. Half these guys were second rounder better. A 6th one that was a 3rd rounder. Incredible class. But it will be hard to replace that much quality. And with only 10 commits so far, we've got a ways to go yet on this class. After the first week of off-season recruiting, we've got a 4-star weak side linebacker in Gilliam. And 4-star weak side linebacker, Hammer. Second week, off-season halfback, Fauka has signed. Kicker, McKenzie has signed. 2nd of all of the kickers in this high school class. Third week, right tackle, Kahari, 4 stars, signs. Fullback, 2nd in the class, signs. Ranked pretty highly for a fullback, though 3 stars. Needed 1 this year. We also got our punter, Rashid. Final week, and there is risk that I'm going to lose some of these, but you can see that overall it looks pretty good. Here's one that's definitely in risk, but Ohio State's not coming for a visit, but they're definitely chasing, and they're gaining ground, and I think they're going to beat us to that one. That's a true freshman or transfer freshman. It looks like we might miss this one, but I'm going for a visit. And I think I figured out... No, I did not figure out what hit. We have 0 check marks. Here's another one, but we're also using the visit to our advantage. Also 0 check marks, though, so hopefully the visit is enough. Just those 2. So we should have at least 33 and maybe 34 or 35. And there's a couple more 5-star guys, too. So we've got a chance to have the number 1 recruited class as a 3.5-star program. I think it might have worked. Let's see if it did as we go down the list. We've got, 4 5-stars high school recruits. 4 stars brings us down to 15. So 11 of them. Then we do have a handful of 3 stars this year, but we get back into the transfer market after number 22. And we've got 2 5-star transfers. 6 total. And then we go back to the 4 stars. Just a couple there before we get down to the 3 stars. Another 4 stars at the end. And we did. We got them all 35. So as we look at the top classes, by that much over Clemson, a 265.35 ahead of Clemson, number one. Yeah, it was 4 and 2, right? 4 and 2, 6 5 stars, 17 4 stars, 12 3 stars, complete class of 35 guys. Whoa. The 4 stars we got, the 17 of them, most of the 17 of them anyway, probably 13 of those guys are at the very, very top end of 4-star talents. Same with the 3 stars. All 12 of them are top end talents. So we got a really, really good class when we did have to dip down lower. We got really good guys. Yeah, this is our first ever number one recruiting class. Leading the way, 5-star wide receiver, a 5-star left edge, a 5-star middle linebacker, and a 5-star quarterback. 4-star right guard to complete that, which means that 4-star right guard is ahead of a couple of 5-star guys. I have a lot of curiosity as to where and how things are going to turn out here with Tulane. They finished the season unranked. We finished 3rd in the nation and couldn't get a half-star. They finished unranked. Their recruiting class, unranked. They got 4 6-star guys, 14 3-stars. How in the world are they maintaining the level of talent that they've been maintaining? And how are they maintaining that prestige? And have they maintained that prestige this year? Part of this is recruits coming in, transfers in particular, but we still have a full page of 90-plus overall guys before we ever get into off-season development. So, yeah, we're still going to have a really good team this year. Only 2 quarterbacks on roster, though. Vaught, true freshman, 75 overall. Conference prestige is his deal breaker, so we shouldn't worry about him leaving this year anyway. Maybe the year after, but Egbule, he's a sophomore, but he's also already bumped up to an 86 or an 88, depending on where you're looking at. Maybe that's the bonuses that he gets from the from our offensive coordinator. Could be, but you would imagine he'll develop into a 90-plus overall and probably head to the NFL after this season. At halfback, oh, look at that. Suddenly we have 3 mid-upper 80s. And a couple of these are transfers, like Coxey just came in via transfer. Glennon and Mateo were the guys that we developed in-house. And then a bunch of young guys behind them that are about to take off with a couple true freshmen at the bottom of the list. Receivers already looking really good with 3 guys 90-plus. Tight ends already got a 90-plus, so skill positions are going to be absolutely stacked. It's just, do we have the offensive line this season? Left tackle still looks really good, though thin. Left guard looks really good. That'll be a 90-plus for somebody. Center. Wheeler should be a 90-plus. Right guard's looking really good. And right tackle, maybe we'll have a 90-plus in Lincoln. Plenty of depth there. I've got to move some guys around, but left edge looks great. Right edge looks like we'll have about a 90-plus, same at defensive tackle. Strong side, we need some help. Middle is okay. Weak side looks good. I might be able to shuffle around a little bit there. Corner, 1 really top talent, but a big hole otherwise. Free safety, we can shuffle around. Got a couple extra bodies there. And strong safety needs those extra bodies. Kicker, this is the year where we would have 3 in-house, and we have just 2 athletes to distribute. So it looks like I have a few positions to move around, but we still look really good in the coming year. I think we should be able to maintain our 99 overall and be more of a shoe-in than we were. There's an 80 overall halfback. That's definitely where you want to put him. But there's a 70 overall halfback. It's not necessarily where you want to put him. Results, no 99s this year. No two 97s behind him, just a single 97 at corner. So we don't have the same depth. But 95 plus, still 6 guys. 90 plus still goes way down the list, quarter of the way. 87 plus gets us halfway. 85, there's a bit of a drop off there pretty quickly though, so we don't have quite the same depth that we've had in years past, but at 80 we're almost at the bottom of the list, so we do have a ton of quality overall, and nobody below a 70. A 73 is the minimum, only 2 guys below a 76, only 5 guys below a 79. Very, very good overall. Don't know if we'll get a 99 rating for sure, but it's got to be really close. I don't even think it would be a 97. Maybe we have a 98 at something, but we look pretty dang good for the coming year. Agbule's a 93 overall after a +4. We'll have a 92 and high 80s at halfback. 82 at fullback. That's the highest we've had there. Wide receiver, 3 90s. A 92 at tight end. So much talent at the skill positions, and suddenly we've got the line to go with it. A 94, a 93, a 95, 94, a 90, a 95, a 94, and a 93, and then 89, 88. Right tackle suddenly missing, but not in a bad way really. Left edge 96, right edge 86, not much improvement there. 87 at defensive tackle. Sam 87, Mike 84, Will 88. Yeah, defense is looking a little weak. Corner 97, 86 at free safety, 87 at strong safety, 83 at kicker, 92 at punter. Offense looks phenomenal. Defense looks really good. 2050. We're heading into 2050. I don't know if this is the last episode, but oh man, I know we are very, very close to it. In terms of release, this is the time EU5 is coming out, and full version, not beta version, of FM26. I am moving on, but as of recording, I still have a week until that release. I still have some time. However, I've got things to do. Basketball season, we're splitting teams today actually, and getting into a mode, got to create my offense, etc., etc. There's a lot happening, but I feel like I've still got enough time to squeeze out a couple more episodes. This episode is about to roll over into another day recording, so I should be able to get at least one more season beyond this with recording tomorrow. We'll see from there what else I can get done, but feels like we are so close. The offense feels like this could be a national championship contender this year, because we lost 6 90 plus overall linemen. I think we have more than 6 for the coming year, quite a bit more. I think we have about 8 or 9 linemen 90 plus, and we have all the skill positions this year to go with it, to complement it. Quarterback, halfback, and the wide receiver, tight end are phenomenal. Every single position, even fullback, is the best we've ever had. So offense looks fantastic. I'm a little nervous about where that defense is though. We saw one player that's a 90 plus. Now, no shortage of options of high 80s at every single position on defense, but there's not even just 2 or 3 guys to carry them. There's one corner. I am a little nervous about what the defense is going to be able to do. Now, I still think we can run the table this season and win the conference, especially if Tulane is well and truly out of it. I do realize I posed a question last time out about the conferences. I'll never get to it. I'm going to be done recording this series long before that episode comes out, because I've gone so far ahead of time on recording. I've spent a lot of time recording this series here recently as I'm wrapping everything up. At this point, I've wrapped up everything else. This is the last one that I'm running. There are a couple games that just came out that I would love to do a mini series on though, so there's still I may do that. I'd love to get the championship here so that we can wrap it up, and that I do have the time to spend the rest of this week doing a mini series on something else. But anyway, preseason ranking 7th. We keep our 99 overall, even though the defense isn't quite there. But that just goes to show what the difference is, because we're talking about our offense versus defensive ratings average for starters. It's like a +5, and the defense, depth is good everywhere, so we don't have any problems there. There's backups upon backups at every single position, and like I said, our offensive line is the guy is backing them up. Instead of a 93, you got a 92. Instead of a 92, you got a 91. So we've got quality, tons of it. It's now 2051, by the way. That ended the 2050 season. Jacksonville State. Really? Wow, that's an easy one. FCS Midwest. Nevada on the road. Arizona, just 5-7. Easy non-conference schedule. Temple was a good one last year. We'll be at home for that one, week 3. We do get Tulane again on the road. They were 9-4. Surprisingly, just missed out. But that's similar to the year we had. We lost half-star? More than? UAB, Memphis, 3 road games to wrap up the season with a good Memphis, a good UAB, and a good Tulane. We could lose one of those. Texas, San Antonio, 8-5. Tough Final 4 games. We should be 8-0 at that point. We should win. Technically, we should win all 4 of those, but we might not. There's enough of a challenge in those 4 final games that we could easily lose one of them, maybe 2 of them. Rice is going to be an 80 overall again this year, but we won't play them during the regular season. They're 3 stars these days. Memphis at 2.5, only a 69 overall. Temple's 2 stars, 67. Tulane bounces back a bit, but not like before. And they did lose. They lost a half-star. They are now a 3.5-star program. 85 overall. But we're going to be on the road. Could be a loss. UAB, 67, 2 stars. That should be a win. Texas, San Antonio, 67. North Texas is 71. USF, 70. Army, 74. East Carolina. Okay. Yeah, so really we're looking at Rice and Tulane, the only challengers. We are now the favorite for the conference. Only preseason ranked team. But our wide receiver, Michelli, starts the season in the Heisman Trophy favorites list. But not our quarterback. No surprise that we're 4-0 to start the season. However, I am a little surprised by kind of how weak we have been. The offense in particular, right? As good as it is. 40 to 49 points each game. We haven't topped 50 once yet. This is a team that should be scoring 50, 60 points a game most of the season, and then against difficult, tough, good opponents be held to something in the 40 range. Does have me a little bit nervous. Defensively, we gave up 24 points against FCS Midwest. Like, what? Let's hope the team improves as time goes on. Otherwise, this is a worrying sign. That's 4 home games. But we do get our first commit, and it's a massive one. 5-star quarterback, Ezekiel. Second recruit, 5-star corner, De La Puente. Third member of the class and our first 4-star recruit, middle linebacker, Kirkus. I've certainly said it plenty of times over the course of this series, but a lot of people skip ahead from time to time, and it goes without saying, but it also goes with saying. You have a numerical advantage when it comes to the offensive line. 5 positions out of your 22 are offensive linemen. So the more you can put into boosting and making it easier to recruit offensive linemen, the more you're going to see lines like what we have with 6, 7, 8 guys at 90 plus. So boost to ideal pitch grades for offensive linemen, now that we have 17 tokens, 12 to spend here, is going to be a huge plus. Got our next recruit, right tackle, Flanagan, 4 stars. We also add in tight end Lloyd, 4 stars. And defensive tackle Leo, 4 stars. 3 new recruits this week. We've also reached the point of 8-0 at Nevada, 49-28. at Florida Atlantic 45-17 versus Arizona 45-6. And finally, we break the 50-point threshold against Tulsa 59-13. Defense giving up a little something every single day. They've not been phenomenal. Neither has the offense, but we have been steady. We have been consistent. We've scored 40 or more in every single game, which is actually really good. It's just I'm nervous about not having the explosive potential that we've seen in previous seasons, despite having the best offense we've ever had. We are currently 6th in the rankings. Texas San Antonio just 1-7 right now, so that should be really easy. Tulane, undefeated, back to 9-0, but we also know it's a little bit weaker team. Not as weak as last year. They've bounced back a little bit, but it's definitely not the strongest Tulane team we've seen. But they're perfect 9-0, and we're on the road, which is going to negate a lot of the advantage we have. That still very well could be a loss. Those last 3 games are going to be pretty tough. UAB only 4-4, Memphis only 3-6, meaning if we're lucky, it's just Tulane that's going to offer us too much of a challenge here as we head into the final 3, but we still have 1 to go before that. 5-star recruit Jackson, wide receiver, has committed. 4-star right edge Griggs. Tulane's only an 85. They're good, but they're not that great this season. That's why they were only 20th, but that's also kind of bouncing back from what happened last year with them and that half-star drop. So we're now the favorites. We're 5th in the nation. We've got the 99, but we're on the road. This still could go either way. I'd say we're probably 60-65%, not quite 2/3 the favorite. Well, we've got commits coming in. That's a good sign. It's not a guarantee to anything, but Swaim, 5-star left edge. And we've beaten them pretty comfortably, 52-31. 3-touchdown victory. 3rd straight game with 50-plus points after not having a single one in the first 7 games. Defensively, also better, like 20 or less in the last, at least, 4 games? Prior to the Tulane one, and we only gave up 31, which was the most we've given up all season. But I mean, we're talking about a field goal more than we've given up all season against a really good team that was 9-0 on the road. UAB 4-6, Memphis 4-6. Those challenges look a lot easier now than they looked earlier on. We should be on our way to an American Championship game that we are going to play at home. Probably against Tulane. Commits keep rolling in. 4-star middle linebacker Gentry. We do end a perfect regular season, 12-0, and it is Tulane we're going to take on this time at home. We're down to 6th in the nation. They somehow have climbed to 17th. Their sole loss coming against us somehow helping their ranking. And we've got another 5-star recruit, tight end Johnson. We're going to add some more recruits this week in 4-star halfback Gash. We managed to win comfortably on the road against Tulane. Now we're at home. It should be comfortable once again. Maybe not a better score. That's fine. But we really should not be losing this game. I give us a good 85-90% chance of winning this time. Signatures. Achoo. Robin Hood Men in Tights. Achoo. Wide receiver, 4 stars. And we've won the American Championship this year. Much closer game. 38-32, only a 6-point victory, but it was a win. So we take care of business, and we will obviously be in the playoff at 5th in the nation. I was hoping to crack the top 4 and get that first round bye. It looks like we might have to play a home game against a 12 seed where we should be favorites and finally win a playoff game. I like that. Egbule, Walter Camp Award. I'm not sure exactly which one the Walter Camp Award is. There's more than one quarterback award, but 4,500 yards, 50 touchdowns, 77% pass completion percentage for Egbule this season. The Maxwell Award has gone to Egbule as well. But it's David Wolf who wins the Heisman. 78 catches, 1,400 yards, 28 touchdowns. The wide receiver out of Ole Miss. Ed Boulay wins the Davey O'Brien Award. That's his third, I think, all quarterback awards. And we are headed to the playoff in a 5-12 matchup, as predicted, against Auburn, who we have absolutely played before. Have we beaten them? I feel like we did pull an upset against Auburn on the road once in a 5-12 matchup earlier on in one of the 3 victories we had. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but this might be about the 3rd time we've played them in the playoff. Even though we actually haven't seen Auburn in the playoff that often. This Auburn team, we've got an advantage, 8 points a game, passing yards plus 27, rushing yards plus 40-ish, and they're just a 91 overall. And with home field advantage, we will be the favorites, but not easy. It's certainly not a guarantee by any stretch. I'd say maybe 70% chance that we take this thing. Checking the injury report, all clear. Everybody's healthy for the game. Playoff game winner, our 4th, one more, unlocks program builder. But we're going to take on USC at the Fiesta Bowl, so at least it's neutral territory. But this USC team has been good for the last 6-7 seasons. They've been a regular in the top 4. They are 11-1. Points per game, a little bit of an advantage, +6. Passing yards, +2. Rushing yards, not quite +40. But as we move in, we are the only undefeated team around, by the way. Ohio State at number 1. Did take a loss this year, 12-1, 91 overall. It was a non-conference loss for them. 94 for Arkansas, 92 for Penn State. USC is a 95, so the toughest team out there. The only 5-star prestige up here these days. Ohio State's only a 4-star, Arkansas 4.5, Penn State 4. We get the toughest matchup, but we are a 99. Now, Georgia, Miami, very good teams that took some losses along the way. Clemson. Let's go check that bracket and see where things are at. We've got to get through USC, though, for it to really matter. But I feel like with those top 3, we've got a shot to do something this year. It's Clemson, 99. It's Georgia, a 99. It's Alabama. We didn't see them that far down. They upset Miami. Feels so unlucky that we end up meeting USC, the best of the 4 seeds, while only being the 4th seed in that quarterfinal. They beat us 45-28. Clemson upset Ohio State. No surprise on that one. Georgia did not upset Penn State, though, and Alabama was not able to upset Arkansas. So, the 1 seed, the only one not to make the semifinal of those 4 home seeds. And at this point, you figure the winner of USC or Clemson will probably claim the national championship. We're going to keep our 5th ranking after, as predicted, it's USC who beat Clemson and then wins the national championship 35-24 over Penn State, who took care of Arkansas pretty comfortably. Now, we got a playoff win. We finished 5th in the nation. That should give us a healthy boost to our prestige after a perfect season up until the 2nd round of the playoff against the eventual national champion. But that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.